What's going on, guys? Today's video that I know a lot of you have been waiting for. You guys might have noticed a name change, I don't know which side it's on the channel. We're now Godspeed Media. I wanted to change that. I was at a car show, you know, the PRI show, the last video, and somebody asked me, what's your channel name? And I said, Connor Keffaber, and they were like, oh, okay. I knew that kid was never gonna remember my name or how to spell it for that matter. Godspeed Media is something I think it'll be a lot better for all of us that are involved. I'm gonna be making some t-shirts, hats, and stuff pretty soon, so let me know if you guys would want any of those. I think they'll be pretty cheap. I've got a guy I'm working with here on making that kind of stuff, so let me know down in the comments if you would want something like that. Whether you own an LS1 350Z, wanting to build one, or just have any sort of interest in one, I'm going to finally do the build list and let you know how much this build costs. The number one question that I get when I tell people I have a LS1 350Z, or if anyone's interested in an LS1 350Z, is how much does it cost? Like, everybody wants to know if they can afford it. I've finally made a build list of it. I've got it up here on my laptop. Never really tallied up how much I spent on it, and I wish I wouldn't have, but whatever. This video is not to brag about any sort of money that I've spent on a car or any money that I've had, because to be honest with you, I have no money. It's all in that car. I've had countless questions of the money that you need, the materials that you need, where to get them. I'm going to try to link most of them down in the description, all of the parts and stuff, but without further ado, let's get into it. First thing that I bought was the 350Z roller. Came with everything from the ground up, other than engine, transmission, and a drive shaft, and fuel stuff. So I spent $2,800 on the rolling chassis. I then went down to Kentucky and bought an engine and transmission. LS1 and T56 out of a GTO. That cost me $4,000. Then to get all of that into the car, I bought the Sicky swap kit. That was $2,754.26 to be exact. After that, had to get the headers for it. I don't have anybody around here that can custom fab me up any of this stuff, so I had to buy the Sicky headers as well. I got those for $519.99. Got to make the engine run, got to make all the components work together, so I went to Wiring Specialties for the wiring harness. That cost me $1,257.70. I know that their prices fluctuate a little bit. That was the item drop, and I also had a Black Friday code that I used on that because I bought it on Black Friday. Had to go for my fuel system, fuel lines, and then my throttle setup was included in that. I bought that from a guy off of the LSZG Facebook page. Paid $1,000 flat for that, which was a pretty good deal considering all of the fuel lines, AN fittings, all that thing, all of those that I've got. After getting the fuel system and all that, I realized that I needed a return style fuel rail instead of returnless. Fuel rails I bought from Summit Racing, I believe. I got some Holley EFI rails. They were $140.95. Then I moved on to the clutch kit because now everything was running and driving. Well, not driving yet, but running. And I realized that my clutch was bad. And I should have just replaced that before I put the build all together. I was being cheap and stupid. Don't do that. Clutch kit I got from Summit as well, and it was a Luck or Luke clutch, can't remember how to say it, but that cost me $236.33. Had to get a cable, a throttle cable, because my setup didn't come with one. It came with one, but it was the wrong length. Bought that one, I think it was a low car cable. That was $40.92, and messed that up twice, so I've bought 3 of those now. $122.76 I've spent on just a cable. Other than that, all of the big things were done, and that was my build hard list, my personal total came up to $12,831.99. That being said, there were multiple different things that I had to buy as well. I call them the extras. I had to get special tools. I know one thing I had to get was a special socket to get the oil pressure sensor out, because I wanted to replace that. Got to get sensors. I had to buy a new battery. Had to get oil, coolant, trans fluid, diff fluid, brake and clutch fluid, power steering fluid. Had to get a new belt. Again, sensors, Loctite, anti-seize, grease, hoses, wiring, fittings, clamps, nuts and bolts. I had to wire in the fans. Had to get hoses for the radiator and all of that thing. One thing I haven't bought yet is a one-way valve for the brake booster. The vacuum line, it tries to die when I hit the brake at a stop sign. But all of those things, I bet I've spent $1,000, maybe $2,000 on those. And it's not the big part of the build. That is the big part of the build. Almost $13,000 is definitely the biggest chunk of change. But what most people don't think about are the couple $1,000s that you're going to spend on all these other things. All of this in mind, I don't want this to lower the value of anybody's build. The thing people don't think about when they see build lists like this, they're like, oh, he spent $12,831.99 and some change on his car. I'm not going to give him more than $13,000 for that car. I've got countless hours in this car. I don't know how many hours I've spent building it, but I probably wouldn't want to know the time I've spent. You go to a shop, they're going to charge you $70 to $100 an hour building that car. I know you don't get your time back out of a car, but this should not lower the value of a vehicle. This is simply an informational video about how much I spent on mine, and I'm hoping that a lot of the LSZG guys can just link this video to their friends when people ask how much it costs. I know all of you that have got one of these cars have been asked that at least once. So this was just my little video to explain to you guys how much it cost me, and down in the description, if you're actually trying to build one of these and now that you think you can afford it, you can look down in the description, and hopefully some of those websites and stuff will help you out. This build can be done cheaper, much cheaper than that. I know there's different swap kits and stuff that are much cheaper, but this is how I did it, and this is how I would recommend doing it. So check out down in the description. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like I said earlier, welcome to the new channel name, I guess, Godspeed Media. There'll be more things like Godspeed Garage and stuff like that. I really want to open up a shop someday, and I just wanted the Godspeed name. Many of you might not know what Godspeed means, but it is prosperous travels, which I think that goes well for all of us car guys on here. And it's something that I've really liked for a long time, and I thought it'd make a great channel name. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments, but without further ado, peace out and Godspeed.